$300,000 given out in the form of scholarships last night. Unbelievable. $300,000. That's a great picture of our friend Jonah Cook, who received several scholarships. Every single student in attendance from the class of 2019, they were instructed to be there last night. They did not know what they were going to... Oh, look at that. Hands up for Tony. I was about to raise the roof, Ryan. They didn't know what they were going to receive, and then the look on their faces, priceless. What a fantastic evening. I mean, it was just great. I got there at 6. I think I walked out the door at 8:45, and $300,000 given out. So I know that it can be easy to get down in the dumps and to see things on social media that maybe make you question the place that you call home. But I am telling you, from this person's firsthand experience, that's not a better place to work. And where else? I mean, show me right now. Try it, right? Show me. Point to another community that gave out that much money last night. Now, I know that it happened elsewhere, and it's great that it does, but $300,000 is unbelievable. I'm excited, elated even, to have children of my own, hopefully be the recipients of this generosity in approximately 11 years for my oldest, and then more math on the younger kids. I also want to mention last night at Louisa Muscatine Community Schools, L&M senior Maddie Mashik was the recipient. There's Maddie, of the Hy-Vee Foundation Scholarship. Maddie, pictured with Hy-Vee's very own Phil Schliessman, who's been here for several years. So Hy-Vee this year gave out $81,000 scholarships to high school and college age students. So Maddie Meshik was one of at least 1,000 applicants, and she was one of the winners, and Phil was able to make it last night and present her with that. And Maddie, when I say kid, that makes me feel old. I shouldn't say kid. I'm not that old. Maddie's a great person. We're happy to have her here at Hy-Vee. Excited for her future and everybody that's in the class of 2019. So we'll show more pictures towards the end of the show from the Muscatine Senior Awards Night. And if you were there, you know how great of a night it was. And wow, can't wait to be there. Jerry Purviance on Facebook says, when are you starting Wednesday night bike night at Hy-Vee? Listen, Jerry, don't think for a second that I haven't thought about doing a bike night here. I got a huge parking lot. I have friends that ride motorcycles. We could do it. Maybe we will. Maybe our first guest is going to make a motorcycle magically appear. It's not really his thing, but he could. Fatberg Camper, a.k.a. TB Mentalism, is in the house.
Howdy.
I feel like one of these days you're going to come on the show, we're going to shake hands, and you're going to have one of those old school buzzers on. And I'm going to
really
get
good idea.
I'm going to get this move. I'm going to get shocked. It's great to see you.
Or like in the Michael Keaton Batman where you turn into a skeleton.
Yes!
You actually die because of it. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind
Hi,
of commitment,
Casey.
but that's a great reference.
Right.
I love the Michael Keaton Batman. Fatberg Camper tomorrow night live as part of the Muscatine Salvation Army annual dinner/Kid Zone fundraiser.
Yes, sir.
You were contacted about this. You said yes. I mean, it makes sense to be involved in good things in the community.
Right.
But you know what the Salvation Army does and how important this camp is for kids. Did you even think twice about it? I mean, you probably looked at your calendar, talked to your better half.
That was the biggest thing. My work schedule is impossible to calculate mentally, so
Sure.
that was the biggest thing. But no, of course, Laura Lee just got in touch with me about it, and that's an easy no-brainer. Take care of it.
I love the Salvation Army. I love this flyer, by the way. Look at how handsome you look.
Look at me.
That's
with hair.
That's the TB Mentalism. Is this your card? And also air high fives.
Right.
That's the official pose. So this is tomorrow night. We've been talking about it for weeks now. You can still get tickets, by the way, $50 a ticket. Help out the Salvation Army. And then, of course, Mr. Burkamper, who is sitting right here, will be performing tomorrow night. Is that the right thing to say? Do you call it performance?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Now, without spoiling the fun, what can folks expect tomorrow night when TB Mentalism performs at Geneva? And again, I don't want to give anything away.
No, yeah.
But,
I would say just a fair amount of head scratching.
Yes.
I mean,
Good.
you've seen the stuff we've done here.
I have. I love the stuff you've done here.
Chad and Ryan and Betsy, who used to be there,
Right.
were my AV crew for the show at the high school, and they've seen that whole thing. Yeah, just fun. I'm going to go for as many laughs as I can and hopefully leave you wondering a little bit after the fact, and
now,
I'll be good.
You're not going to drive a Jeep blindfolded at high rates of speed, right?
No, yeah, actually, through the halls.
Great.
It's a power wheel.
They've got...
So it's less dangerous.
That would be so fantastic. Geneva Golf and Country Club. Brian Lee, you're fine with this. I'm going to answer for you. We were looking at some pictures from the performance that you did at Muscatine High School in that same auditorium that I found myself last night.
Yeah.
That was an unbelievable show.
That was fun.
Stage show to that scale.
Yeah, yes, actually, after that show, I sent my video of the show to David Casas. And I said, hey, sir, you've been doing this a long time.
I love David.
Give me all your good, bad, and ugly. What do you like, not like about this show?
Sure.
And he and I had a really good back and forth about how that show went, how it was put together, and blah, 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 blah. And then 3 or 4 months ago, he called me and said, hey, would you want to do a joint show?
Oh.
Because he's from Muscatine, but he doesn't do a whole lot in Muscatine anymore.
Correct.
And after seeing that a stage show at the high school can have people show up, he decided we should join forces.
This is very exciting. I don't know if anybody even knew that this was coming down the pike, so to speak. But
yeah, it's been mentioned once on my podcast, or Jeremy Spratt's in my podcast, but other than that, it hasn't really been spoken about. The goal, and there's a lot of ironing to do.
Sure.
But the goal is to have that be at some point in October.
Oh, wow.
Houdini's birthday and death day are in October.
Good idea.
Every year, magicians around the world get together and have a seance trying to talk to Houdini. We're not necessarily having a seance, but just as a cool tip of the hat to both Halloween, Houdini, and this kind of stuff. And it'll be a cool mix because David does, obviously, the sleight of hand, the things appearing and disappearing thing, and I do the sleight of brain, the ideas appearing and disappearing thing. So it'll be a cool way to get both ends of the spectrum.
This is potentially the greatest pairing of minds since the Rock and Sock tag team wrestling connection in the 90s, which would be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Mick Foley, Rock and Sock connection. This is what that is. This is, you could call it mental Casas. David Casas goes mentalism. I'm not good with the name. I'll work on it. I'll put pen to paper.
I'm going to consider that Rock and Sock reference both interesting and odd.
Yeah, well, I mean, people watch wrestling. I'm not the only one that will get that reference.
No.
You have to understand that.
You're the only one at the table.
That, there may be some truth to that. That's a fantastic idea. We love David Casas.
Yeah.
He and I have been in communication. He has another show he's working on. He's going to come back on this show to talk about.
Yep.
Makes total sense. Can't wait. Please keep me in the loop. I love Halloween. I love scary movies. I love what both of you guys do, and we will pack, or if it is at the auditorium at MHS, we'll pack it.
Yeah.
Without question of a doubt. These donuts are not yours, and we don't have to zoom in on them, Cody. These are just, we're going to talk about those later, but I just don't want people to think like, what's Thad going to do with those donuts?
I hid stuff in them.
Oh, there's a $100 bill in that long john.
There's an ace of spades in that one.
That's
I hope he chooses it.
All right, so you have a deck of cards.
I do.
I don't want to ignore that. What would you like to do while you're here this morning? And then I do want to also mention the podcast, which you brought up, because that's very exciting as well. But let's see what's in this deck of cards besides maybe a donut appearing inside.
Okay.
Slide those over. Okay.
So we've talked in the past about how I got started and blah 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 blah. This is not so much a mentalism trick as it is just a magic trick that I learned a long time ago.
Perfect.
But it's impossible and it's fun, and I
love it.
I am going to present you with this.
Okay.
You are going to do like a boom, boom, boom. So at the end of it, there are 4 pretty well even piles.
Okay.
And you're just going to drop them off the bottom as you go.
So I'm going to do like a boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo.
Wayo.
Okay, perfect. So that is about as even as I can get with my 4 piles. Let me slide over this platter of donuts.
That's perfect
so
with
the
me.
folks at home can see this.
And then you just pick up the top pile.
Pick up the whole pile?
Yep, the whole thing.
Okay, I got it. And where am I putting this?
You are dealing 3 to your space that you just created.
3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. If you're just tuning in, Fatberg Camper, TV Mentalism, tomorrow night, Geneva Golf and Country Club.
And then you're going to deal, you're still going with that.
Okay.
You're going to deal 1 here, 1 here, 1 here.
1, 1, 1.
And then you put the pile where you got it.
Put the pile back on top.
Yep.
Boom.
Do that on the next one.
Do it on the next one.
Do it on the next one.
So 3 down.
3 down.
1, 2, 3. We're not showing any cards.
Yep, and then the piles that exist outside of that one.
Okay, so
one there, one there, one there.
One pile
Perfect.
on top.
Thank you. Keep
Same.
going.
Okay. I follow directions, okay, my wife would say.
1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 1.
Why would you
down? I'm the gas man. I can do whatever I want.
You know that. You have done that before. I agreed to drive. I hope we have footage from the drive later when you drove blindfold and we survived because we're here.
So.
And then the whole pile.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
So.
I did it.
This is a fun question.
Yeah. Could you also make Delmer disappear?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Hi, Delmer.
I'll just kneecap him later. He won't be coming to work.
That's great. Sorry. Go ahead.
So do you know the definition of the word card shark?
Card shark. That would be like card shark. And maybe I'm wrong. Somebody in Vegas that's like counting cards. They're taking an unfair advantage to a game of chance.
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, and somebody that can manipulate the cards.
Yes.
Deal to a friend across whatever.
I've been called a card whale before.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the kind of standard definition.
Yes.
Somebody that can control the cards in a way that they need it to work out
Makes
for them.
sense. Sure.
The magician's definition of card shark is somebody that can control the cards when somebody else is doing all the fun.
Patsy.
So you divided them into 4. We then messed with those by dealing 3 down, dealing 3 on top.
Yes.
So what is on top here?
I have no idea.
Is no idea. But the magician's definition of a card shark would be that you got us to 4 aces while I wasn't touching the cards.
I want to eat a donut and cry.
This is also important.
There's not. Right.
Whoa, what? Look at that. They're all...
You know, I like having you here.
Yeah.
But I don't like the weird goosebumps that you give me.
I like being here.
I don't know how many
this
guys
space.
tell you that you give them weird goosebumps, but that is awesome. I mean, you just watched me go through the cards, and you watched Thad shuffle them before. It was a clean shuffle. We did the counted out thing. I have nothing to say other than that is fantastic, and this is why I love what I get to do, because I didn't know what was going to happen this morning, and I am absolutely floored. And this is just scratching the surface with what you've done, what you're going to continue to build, and wow, that is great.
Thanks.
Do you know the Powerball numbers yet?
I always know the Powerball numbers.
Great, I'm ready.
I never play them. Actually, I just send them to princes in Africa, and then they try to get a hold of people to like distribute the wealth.
They
Nobody
try.
ever takes them up.
You got
on
to
it.
respond to those emails.
Yeah.
People want to make you a millionaire. I mean, what's the deal? I like that. That's very good. Okay, I am so excited for what this man is going to do. Again, you can see Fatberg Camper, TV Mentalism, tomorrow night, May 17th, Friday at Geneva Golf and Country Club, supporting the Salvation Army. The flyers on the screen. Do you know what time you're performing? Doors at 6, dinner at 6:30. Are you 7? Are you 7:30? Are you at like 7:31? Because listen, man, this is a performance, and I'm not going to start at 7:30. I'm going to start at 7:31 and a half. I can see you saying that in a nonchalant way.
Once again, odd and interesting.
Yes, thank you.
But I need to. I was told to be there when doors open. I will be ready to roll.
Okay.
Whenever they tell me ready to roll. The thing with events like this, and I've done Christmas parties and stuff like that. They say the plan is this and this and this. Mm-hmm. We'll get them fed, blah blah blah, and then I'll give you the nod. It'll be 6:45 and 2 seconds. I'm like, okay, and then 6:45 comes and goes, or 6:31 shows up, and they're like, hey, are you ready to go? Like, yeah, I'll just be ready to roll. Yeah, right, I'll be ready to roll whenever they need me. But it's fully worth doing. I know you guys have been sending a lot of advertisement towards it.
Yeah.
It's for the kids. Like,
correct.
How more ridiculous easy is that decision? Just go.
The reality is, if tomorrow night is not successful, there is a chance that the camp will happen. Will the camp be able to happen for the amount of kids that are used to going? I don't know.
Sure.
So, and that's me not being dramatic. That's the truth. I'm on the Salvation Army board. I know this. Mm-hmm. I know where we're at. If you can't make it, I implore you to donate directly to the Salvation Army.
Right.
Whether that's of your time, of your resources, monetary, whatever the case may be. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I know that you like doing this, but at the same time, you are Fatberg Camper. You are a husband. You are a father. You are a man that works some crazy swing shifts and is busy.
Right.
And the TV Mentalism is something that sort of you've been dabbling in. You wanted to explore, and then you jumped with both feet, and you've been off to the races. What do we have? Do we have any drive footage we can show people? Okay, so this is from, when was this? Fall? It was the windiest day ever.
It was the windiest day
we have audio too. Okay, so this is the initial drive. This is at the Muscatine Community School District headquarters on Mulberry here in Muscatine. Fatberg Camper, TV Mentalism, driving myself. I was blindfolded.
The first go round, you had the blindfold on, so that people knew that it's just a blindfold. Mm-hmm. Because that's guaranteed to be the first thing.
Correct.
Is that blindfold's junk.
No,
you wore it.
I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
It was very unnerving. There were no doors on the Jeep. It was the windiest day ever.
Apparently, I need to buy a new shirt.
The blindfold was super dark, and you were doing approximately 30 to 40 miles an hour. Yeah. And then this guy over here, Thad, goes, "Oh, I'll put the blindfold on and do it myself." And again, I couldn't see anything with the blindfold on. And Ryan, let's zip ahead a little bit to when Mr. Burkamper, and this is as it's happening. And I don't know, I don't have the words to tell you exactly the feelings that I have when you're driving with someone blindfolded at that rate of speed, because it should never happen. That's my PSA for the day. Don't willingly do this unless your friend is a mentalist. Oh my gosh.
Roll a couple minutes forward to that because we talked for a while
on that.
We did
talk a little bit. Turns out we're chatty. Here we go. I haven't watched this in a while.
Your face is the best. This corner.
I haven't watched this in a while, and this is giving me anxiety right now. Chad is saying that Thad is driving like he can see. That's what's so messed up, is that he's wearing a blindfold that you couldn't see anything on it.
It was part of it was the music that was playing.
Right.
We had music set that I could time the drive to. Mm-hmm. Part of it was just stupidity. I'm still young enough to think I'm invincible in some cases.
Oh. My favorite part, this is my favorite part, because I didn't know the course that we drove, and then his plan was to just start backing down the driveway.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Right.
That's where I got really nervous, when he stops right here. This is the moment when I'm like, oh no, he's gonna back up? Who thought this was a good idea?
And we should cut there, because eventually I have to kill it.
But you can see the look, that's me going, is my life insurance paid up? I don't know what the life insurance company says if you have it on footage, and
Right. It was obviously premeditated.
This was Drive with Thad Burkamper, TV Mentalism, a couple months ago. It was an unbelievable experience. We made it.
It was fun.
I'm so glad that you're here. It's great to see you. Again, if you're watching us and you want to see this man live, tomorrow night, Friday, May 17th, Geneva Golf and Country Club, part of the Salvation Army fundraiser dinner for the Kids Zone Camp. Big show coming in October. Can't wait to get more details on that. Mm-hmm. Our friend Jordan Davis watching from KWPC.
Hi, Jordan.
Radio. I know Jordan will help you promote it as well with David Costas in October. It'll be a lot of fun. Do you want a donut?
I'm going to I need to know what they are first.
Well, I think they're new. They're like the glazed donuts, but they're a chocolate glaze. So if you had like the regular glaze,
the donut itself
is chocolate.
Because my wife picked one of these up yesterday, and we didn't know what it was.
It was mystery. Well, I did that on purpose. I was don't tell them what it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it.
Payback.
We'll put it in my place.
I would also at the end of the show, if we could get that highlight from when this dude walked by that one morning and then he totally messed with our heads a while ago. We'll get to that later. Thank you. It's great.
Thank you.
I appreciate
it. Can I pitch real quick?
We got to plug the podcast. Thank you, Ryan. Look at this. Ryan is smart. And I don't know if that's where you're going.
Boom, kid. Yeah, that's exactly where we're going.
The Hot Podcast. It's Jeremy Spratt. It's Thad Burkamper. It's a local podcast. Go.
It's Jeremy Spratt and it's Thad Burkamper. It's a local podcast. Mm-hmm. And last night we did a live stream of episode 6. I mean, we're in the very beginning.
Yep.
And we every other Wednesday release a new episode. We have talked to Mr. Ben Nitzel,
I love Ben.
Flynn Collier, Joe Kurz, Josh Anderson. Last night was just me talking to Jeremy, just digging into his brain a little bit.
Yep.
And it's something fun. It's about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on who we have. It's.
I will be on the podcast soon.
Good.
I have more time coming up.
Yeah, so do we. Once baseball is done for both of us, everything opens wide.
And once I move.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I scheduled a vasectomy for myself in July. So other than that, I don't know if I was supposed to say that on TV.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
I mean,
I actually mentioned mine last night on the podcast. When?
Was it okay? We'll talk about that.
It was
later.
fine.
Okay, fine.
I didn't like going into details.
Okay, all right. Well, so stay tuned for vasectomy talk later. All right, Fatberg Camper, TV Mentalism. I'm honest. What do you want from me? I'm an honest person. Let's go Isle Camp. All right, so check out the Hut Podcast where you get your podcast, by the way. That would be on your iPhone, Android device, the Hut Podcast on Facebook. Check that out. And TV Mentalism also on the Facebook. Now, what is interesting is that we're going to go to the Toyota Muscatine car cam in a second. And because I am such a fan of our next guest's product and our next guest, I'm going to instruct our pal Cody to take the Toyota Muscatine. You forgot a donut, Thad. I hope you come get one. I mean, Ryan can't eat all of these. He can, but I don't want him to. You're also taking a live look with the CBI Bank and Trust Isle Cam, thank you, sir, on the donut case here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Those donuts are made by hand every single day. They fry them every day, every night. Those donuts coming back into the store have created full-time jobs for people. They're never frozen. There's places that they got frozen donuts. We're not doing that here. All right, we're going to get ready to talk to Rob in a second, but Cody is going to take the Toyota Muscatine car cam. He's going to park near the entrance to Wine and Spirits because that's about the limitations of our signal. He's going to walk into Wine and Spirits, and maybe this is me being selfish. Then he's going to grab us tonight for kids' scholarships. And I only butchered one name. I was proud of myself.
That's pretty impressive.
So Rob Krish is Exile Brewing Company's. He's the Eastern Iowa market manager. Exile Brewing Company, made in Des Moines. It's fantastic beer. So we got a great promotion we're going to get to in a second. But, man, we are in that nice spring season where people are, and I hope y'all are doing this when you walk into a place like Wine and Spirits, trying something new.
Absolutely.
Looking if you can think local, drink local. There goes Cody. You can't miss this display, and I wish that we could get the cart cam into Wine and Spirits, but there's a great display of Exile products, and Cody is going to get a 12-pack, I hope, of the Zoltan, which is a session IPA, and I can't stop drinking it. When I tell people, and I told somebody this just the other day, I feel like I should maybe start to get like 5% from Exile. I told somebody the other day, I said, the comment from a lady was, I don't like IPAs. And I said, let me tell you, it's an easy drink, an IPA. My wife loves it. My wife is not typically an IPA fan. So Cody's going to come back in just a second. Look at that. Did he get a 6 or a 12? He got a 12. And I'm going to buy this later. And this is just fantastic. So, all right, Ryan, I hope you have the Exile Brewing Company promotion that I sent you where you can save money on your favorite Exile beers by making a meat purchase. So Rob, this was such a great idea to offer this. So what I will do, and this is how easy it is for the folks at home, after the show and after I get off work today, I'm going to save $2 instantly when I make a purchase on like brats or hot dogs or fresh ground beef. Then I go to Wine and Spirits and I have that 12-pack of Zoltan and I save money. So putting something like that together, you guys haven't really done that before, is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Actually, no brewery in Iowa has ever done it. So we're the first brewery to do it. Mm-hmm. And it is 12 packs or 2 6-packs.
Awesome.
You get $2 off any brats, hot dogs, or burgers.
It's fantastic. So this in the business is called like a scan back,
correct.
Which is like insider trading or insider pool, but
inside baseball.
Inside baseball, thank you.
Yeah.
Or inside pool, whatever.
Yeah, not insider trading. We don't want to start that rumor. Yeah.
Welcome to Exile Brewing, where we're insider trading. No, this is great. So you're going to save money, and it's just a great product. Now that being said, and Cody, feel free to bring the Zoltan over. By the way, I mean selfishly, I talk about the Zoltan a lot.
Sure.
But I also want to talk about what's new or what's coming down the pike. On the set, you have brought a lot of great products. So
I have.
Start with whichever you like, and I'll just hang on to this the Zoltan for myself. Thank you,
Can't
Cody.
pry that away from you,
I'll
can
put
I?
that right there. But what did you bring this morning that we can talk about?
So I have a few of our newer offerings. So starting with Ruthie, that is the #1 Iowa brewed beer in the state.
Wow.
But we actually just started doing 6-pack cans with it.
Yes.
So brand new. Obviously, with summer, warm weather, people are on the go. Cans are kind of where it's at. Mm-hmm. So we've had the 12 packs, and we just started doing the 6-pack cans.
So I want to ask, and maybe you can explain it. I don't even know the answer to this. So I understand the bottling, but then the decision to go to cans makes sense. Is it easier for a company like Exile that, again, is putting out a lot of product, but certainly, you know, not at the scale of some of the national brands, and I don't mean that in any other way than just this is where I'm going. The decision to go to cans seems obvious to me. Is it a harder thing to do at the brewery? Are bottles easier to fill, to label? I don't know. I mean, that's where you know.
No, actually, cans are easier because what we have are printed cans.
Right.
So you're not labeling like you would here with the bottle. So you don't have to worry about those. You basically just put the cap on, and it's good to go.
It's great.
But bottles have been around for longer, and there are still people that believe bottled beer is better than canned beer. So you don't want to alienate that customer base.
I get it. And by the way, when we talk about something catching your eye, and certainly the craft market and beers that are made in Iowa or Illinois, and I can't say enough about the think local, drink local, but when you're looking and you're going to make the determination to try something, you guys at Exile, and again, the Zoltan, one of my favorites, but it's so, I know that's, obviously the beer has to taste good. Absolutely. But if it can look good,
yes.
And I don't really know anybody else that's got, I mean, just look, Cody, come in on this one. I don't even know what this is. The Tangerine Bohemian. Look at how great that bottle is. Look at the mustache. And I mean, so who does the artwork, Rob?
So we have someone who does every single label that we've ever come out with.
Yeah.
And she does an amazing job. She's actually an elementary art teacher.
Are you kidding me? She's an elementary art school teacher putting together, and I love it because now the experimental, by the way, hilarious. Now, is that something that it says one and done? Does that mean that it'll not be around for a while?
Yeah, typically with this product, we'll just release it once.
Okay.
This beer being the lone exception, we did it last year, but we changed up the hop profile, so technically it's a little bit different. But any of the one and done beers we release the one time, and then when it's gone, it's gone.
You made a comment about Ruthie being as popular as it is, and it makes total sense. It's a great beer. Do you have a personal favorite? I imagine that it's hard to pick a favorite because they're all so good, but is there one of the Exile products that you're like, wow, that's the best, I can't stop drinking it?
I would say it's either Zoltan, which is your favorite, or Dankalope, which is our new year-round IPA that we talked about last time.
Dankalope.
When I was here.
Okay, we're on the Exile Brewing Company website. Ryan, the Sir Mocha-Lot. Yes. One of the things you mentioned the last time you're here was the Sir Mocha-Lot, and I did the fun thing in which you can do at Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits is kind of mix and match a six-pack, and I picked up several Exile beers that I had not tried personally, and I loved Sir Mocha-Lot.
Yeah.
It is not something that I would typically enjoy, but holy pickles was it good. And you can see right there, it's 7.1%. It's got chocolate, black coffee, carafoam, caramel, Pilsner, golden promise oats. It's very good. Maybe just a beer that I could have one or two of.
Sure. Yeah. Higher ABV.
Yeah.
Certainly one that you don't want to have too many of because they'll sneak up on you pretty quickly.
Even if you're just at your house, it can sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I want to mention for sure with the weather changing, warming up, and again, this is very self-serving. My best friend and his wife are now Des Moines residents, and literally one of the first things that I told them was go to Exile. Go to Exile. He's gone. He loves it. I've got him hooked on the Zoltan. I feel, again, the 5% check's coming. I know. Thank you.
Yep. It's in the mail.
But getting people to come out, you guys do so many different fun events. I imagine that we are getting into the season where there will be a lot going on in Des Moines at Exile, and we want people to make the short drive over, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So we just did the Lemon Trail bike ride, which was our spring summer seasonal, and we kind of rode around Des Moines, stopping at bars and restaurants that were carrying the product. We got there's the pictures of those.
Oh, that is
earlier
fantastic.
We had a picture of Exile Music Fest, so that's it's our anniversary, and it's also, something that we're very passionate about in music. So we love music, and it's a huge party, great time.
Well, it goes hand in hand, right? Good beer, good music. I mean, good weather.
Yes.
Good beer, good music, good weather.
Absolutely.
Recipe for success. Fun. Whether you know the answer to this or not, or, it seems like it. If it were me, Exile has this great flagship in Des Moines.
Mm-hmm.
I know that things are just on a good trajectory in other parts of the state.
Sure.
We'd love to have Exile in eastern Iowa. Has there been any rumors, talk? Can you comment on whether Exile would ever consider a remote location, whatever that would be? I don't know if it's another brewery or what it would be.
Sure.
Maybe it's in Iowa City, anything like that in discussion. And again, if you can't answer it, I guess.
No, I haven't heard anything about it. So
you're a liar. I'm kidding. You're not a liar.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
it would be cool. Certainly for me, who works on Eastern Iowa, it would be very nice.
That's kind of why I was. This is your territory,
right?
You and I both know, Rob, that when people are creatures of habits, that's fine. People come in, they have drank something for years, they get it. It's almost like muscle memory. And I always say that sometimes we can shop with blinders on. We're just tunnel vision. I'm shopping. I'm getting the things that I need. I'm getting the beer that I've drank. I promise, though, if you try something new, and again, you think about the story of a 12-pack of Zoltan and the fact that there are people that are working for their job, like yourself, and then in Des Moines, when you buy stuff like this, you ensure that they have a job. I mean, the funds or the profits from this purchase are not going towards some mega corporation. And I say that with all due respect to people that may find themselves in that category, but I mean, we're looking at pictures of people that are doing this. They're passionate about flavor profiles and bringing beers together and creating products and getting out and being in front of people. I mean, that's such an important thing to note, right? And whether you just buy an individual bottle and then you go, wow, that was so good, I'm going to get a 6-pack. You find someone doing sampling. It's on tap at your favorite watering hole. We just want people to try it, right?
Yep, absolutely. Well, and kind of to your point, our sales team is 5 people. Our brewery staff is probably 7 or 8. So we're a pretty small as far as like when you think about how much beer we produce. We're a pretty small crew,
but with a big footprint.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that is worth saying. I mean, a small crew that is really making a splash. And just in the last, how long has Exile been around?
So this summer it'll be 7 years.
Okay, and by the way, the sweaters.
Yeah.
What's the guy got to do?
Those are Zoltan too on them, by the way.
I will. Yes. You tell me if they have any in a 2 or 3X, and I will buy it.
Okay. I will
with my endorsement money. I'm just kidding. The benefit for me is that I tried Zoltan several months ago, and I love it. It's fantastic. And again, I say this, it says that it's a session IPA. It is an easy drinking IPA. My wife loves it, and I mean that. My wife was in the store this morning, and by the way, there you go. That's all you need to know on the packaging right there. Look at how great that is with the map. My wife was in the store this morning, and I told her, I said that there's this great deal with Exile. If you make a meat purchase, you can save on the beer.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to pick up a 12-pack, and she was like, Zoltan. And I was like, well, yeah.
Duh.
Right, of course.
Assumed, right?
It's assumed in our house. Now, that being said, I also want to try the Bohemian Fruit review, or any of the beers. It's just great. You can't go wrong when you think local and you drink local. And again, the packaging stands out, but it's really all about how does it taste. And I love, again, the innovation to get a 12-pack of cans. Right?
Yeah,
I was so excited. You were there when I realized that we had this. And I was just like, yep. And I took one home that day. I mean, it was not even an impulse buy. I was just excited to have it. With all this being said, we are, again, sitting here on May 16th. Spring, summer season. It's awesome. Are there any new additions to the Exile Brewing Company family coming down the pike in the next couple of months? Any seasonals that we can look for? I also know, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Zoltan wasn't maybe necessarily intended to last as long as it has.
No, it was.
It was. Good.
Was.
Okay,
yeah,
well, good.
Yeah,
I had
absolutely.
that wrong. But what's coming up that people should look for at places like Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits?
We are going to have another Bohemian grapefruit, which is releasing today at the brewery. So That means it'll be out next week for distribution.
Excellent.
So that's a new one. We just did a collaboration with a Salt Lake City brewery called Uenta.
Nice.
And
okay.
we're doing a double brute IPA, which brute IPAs are very interesting, kind of very dry, kind of going away from the idea of the super juicy beer. So that should be fun.
What's that one going to be called?
It is called Backcountry Brute.
I have to tell you, I'm coming on board with these brute beers. They are very easy to drink.
Yes.
And I can't wait to try that alliteration from Exile, because I think that this brute thing, and when people, and I understand it's tough to process when somebody hears about a brute beer and they look at it, but you try it, and I can already taste it, because I've had a couple brute beers, and I won't say from where, but I'm so excited to hear this.
Yeah.
When can I expect this again?
Tomorrow? No, that will be releasing, I want to say June 7th. So it'll be out for distribution that next week.
That's perfect. I'm off that next week.
Perfect.
I'll be in my new house that next week.
There you go.
I need to find, if anybody's selling an old refrigerator, I need a beer fridge. Delmer, beer fridge. Me and you. Delmer's helping me move. Help me drink beer. Me and Delmer, tag team. Well, that's fine. Well, or that order would be fine. There's Delmer. That's exciting.
Yeah, very
I
exciting.
love it. So again, you refusing to rest on the laurels. We know that there's beers that have been brewed and crafted that work, but always trying something.
Absolutely.
It's definitely an important part of this business, is just not getting comfortable. And whether that extends to community events, music events, bike rides, whatever the case may be, it just makes sense. You got to do the right thing every day, right?
Absolutely. And just because something is working doesn't mean that you don't try and improve upon it.
Sure.
So I may have talked about this last time, but we were happy with what Zoltan was doing, but we also thought we could make it a little better.
Awesome.
So last summer we added a new hop and kind of changed the profile a little bit, and what came of that was a better beer, in my opinion.
It's an excellent beer, and all of the Exile products are just fun, from the labeling, and then of course the taste is right there. I encourage you to try it. You won't regret it. I mean, there's something for everybody, and that's what's so nice, right? There's something that appeals to your taste bud, and even if you have been in that, I drink this and this, I guarantee you there's something that would be similar to it, but maybe you'll try something and you'll go, wow, I had no idea that I would like a sour ale with fruit, Bohemian fruit. I mean, you never know until you try it.
Absolutely. Well,
great.
And the fun thing is, actually today we have Mike, who is our brand ambassador, who will be at the Wine and Spirits from 4 to 6 sampling our beer.
Well, that's convenient for me.
Yeah. So you'll have an option. You'll have the ability to try many of our beers.
And Mike does a great job.
He does a very good
knowledgeable.
job. Yes.
All right, Rob Krish, the man with Exile Brewing Company. We're happy and thankful to have this product in our Wine and Spirits department. It's good stuff. I know you must love what you do. Do you want a donut?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, I was going to trade you a donut for beer, but I'll just keep this one. I will pay for this, and don't forget, Ryan, please, to the meat deal. And correct me if I'm wrong. It works out like this: I go to the meat department, which is right there, and I get something that's worth $2, and I bring it.
Yep.
I bring it to Wine and Spirits, and then this becomes cheaper.
Correct.
Is my math right there?
Yep.
I will save $2 off of this.
You can save $2 off of that. Yep.
My math is not good, but I understand how a brat, can make my beer cheaper.
Yep.
I can appreciate that. With the purchase of any 2 Exile 6-packs, and maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe you want to try 2 different beers, and you mix and match the 6-packs. You get the meat purchase. It makes sense. This is exciting to have this, and I know it'll be successful because the product speaks for itself. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
I will give this a good home.
Excellent.
Don't have to worry about Zoltan. Please inquire about any Zoltan shirts or sweatshirts for me. Go ahead. You were going to say something.
I was just going to say one thing about the Scan Back
Yeah.
program, not only since we are the first to do it, we also open the entire portfolio to it. So literally any of the 6-pack or 12-pack options are available for it. So
that's nice. You're not just limiting it to one or two
it's not
varieties.
just Ruthie and Zoltan or Beatnik Sour. So
yeah,
anything that we're producing that is here is
That's
available for the scan back.
Well, and you know me, I like saving money, and I like our meat department. And I like this beer and that beer and that beer and all the beers. It's good stuff. Thank you again, man.
Yeah,
It's great to
thank
see
you. Appreciate
Rob with Exile Brewing Company. Please visit them online, on social media. Better yet, make it a point this summer to head west to Des Moines, as people call it, and say hi to my friend Marty, and then go to Exile and have yourself a good time with good friends and good people. I can't say enough. Look at the socks. They got fun socks too. Jeez Louise, they just send it to me. Send it. Imagine me with dress socks that have Zoltan on it, sitting here doing the show, and I kick my leg up, and I got cool socks on. It could happen. All right, very good. Let's, if we could, I want to come back to the Muscatine High School Senior Awards Night that happened at the auditorium. Man, these glasses are just steamy, y'all. What's happening? So we had a great time last night. Muscatine High School seniors were the recipient of $300,000 in scholarships. So the class of 2019, just a few more days of school left. Look at how close Jim and Delmer are talking to each other right now. What are they doing? Look at that. Don't show them, but look at that. Is that a fight? Are they fighting? They can hug it out? That's very. I don't want you to see it because they're like. Hopefully it's okay. Show them real quick. Cody, show them real quick. Oh, it's over. That was a close conversation. You good? You need me to come down there? We're talking about you. Oh, I'm so flattered. Delmer said they're talking about me. Just making sure we're good. I thought somebody was going to get an egg on the head or something. My new neighbor and Delmer throwing down. Compliments. All right, Ryan, to the pictures that our very own Chad Yoakum took last night from this wonderful event. It was just great to be at Muscatine High School. Thanks to everybody that had me, that allowed me to be a part of that event. I really appreciate it, from Terry Hoganson, the principal, to Carrie Hawkins and Ellie Thomas and Jake Mueller and everybody that asked. I love being able to get out and about in the community. There is Jonah again, who was up there several times. So they're the same pictures. That's fine. So what? That's great. We can't talk enough about these kids, right? Listen, it's hard work. It's hard work raising kids and getting them to the point where they're going to graduate, and head off into the world. And yes, I was wearing a Hy-Vee shirt. I felt underdressed, full disclosure, but I got to rep the brand. Look at, what's his name? Brandon Welsh's shoes, by the way. Brandon Welsh, shirt and tie, guidance counselor, basketball shoes. I almost commented, are those Air Jordans? One of the only people that I look up to, Brandon Welsh, very tall person. Look at Scott Mock in the background. Cody, zoom in on, or Ryan, zoom in on Scott Mock. Look at him. What's that face he's making? What's Scott Mock doing? Somebody needs to keep an eye on Scott Mock. And then in the back, behind Scott Mock, you see Andy Whirling. Next to Andy Whirling is Mark Grote-Lucian. Try saying that name into a microphone and getting it right. Whew. You can see Principal Terry Hoganson in the back left corner. Good time. Shout out to the class 2019. $300,000 given out in scholarships last night. It was fantastic. Today, I should mention, the 16th of May, today is National Love a Tree Day. Do you love a tree? You going to hug your tree? Embrace your tree? You could if you want to. Today is National Do Something Good for Your Neighbor Day. Be kind to your neighbors. My wife and my family and I, we're moving soon. We're going to have great neighbors. Looking forward to that. We've had great neighbors in our current house. We're going to miss our neighbors, but they'll be over. Today is National Sea Monkey Day. It's National Piercing Day. Is there anybody here on the show that has any piercings? Nope. Okay. I don't have any piercings. I got 4 tattoos, but that's about it. It's National Biographers Day if you're writing a book, and it's National Honor Our LGBT Elders Day, May 16th. 2019, that's what's happening. All right, we have to rapid fire get through some of this stuff, and then we're going to wrap up. So Ryan, let's go as quick as we can on this. The Captain John Grill It Up, Fuel It Up flyer. It's a great fuel saver and an opportunity for you to come into the store, grab a flyer, and then save in the seafood department, which is right over here. They're setting the case. Eileen is setting it right now. It's all fresh. It's good. And here we go. Chad, don't worry about it. 54 cents on the flyer. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say wayo. From salmon burgers to salmon portions to swordfish kebabs. Doesn't that look so good? Marinated cooked shrimp, Asian zing, tuna skewer. You would save 54 cents off per gallon if you bought everything that was featured on that flyer, which again you can get right inside the door here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Graduation, holy pickles. Several high schools with commencement this Sunday. Muscatine High School happening next Sunday, the 26th, if I'm not mistaken. I know that this Sunday our friends at Wilton and potentially West Liberty will be graduating along with a couple other area high schools. It's very exciting. And getting emails from my lawyers and my realtors. Trying to not get distracted. Look at this. Some great deals in the back of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper. We can, of course, take care of everything for your graduation party, from floral to catering to deli to Chinese, market, grill, express if you need it, Italian, bakery, and more. You got to love the trays that are available, from veggie, deli to fruit trays with fuel savers, and going to serve a whole bunch of people. Delmer's making fiesta trays right now. That'd be good for a graduation party. We're going to fiesta forever. All night long, Delmer. Below that, Ryan, the $2.99 kitchen salads. Those are great. Saw a customer this morning buying some of those. 8 a.m. Loved it. The salads are good. And then, of course, the best graduation cakes come from your Muscatine Hy-Vee bakery. I don't want the people at home to think that I am above trying one of these new donuts that have been sitting here. That Long John just rolled. So this is the new Hy-Vee bakery. These are brand new. These glazed. Oh, that's nice. I like that. It's different. Do I not know how to hold a donut? Did you just see that? I almost like dropped it. Like handling it like the first time I've ever seen a donut in my life. What is this? That is different. I like that. So these are like your typical glazed donut, but it's chocolate. So for the people at home that have been screaming, when are you going to have chocolate glazed donut? It's right here. And then there's one that's, got some stuff in it, some sugar on the top. This one has, nuts. And then this one back here, I don't want to touch them because these guys are going to eat them. But, have one. Everything in moderation. I'll take 10,000 steps. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm all right. I know I look like I'm swimming in this shirt. It's big. I'm good. Maybe I got a donut in there. You don't know what I got in this shirt. You know what I got? So much room for activities. You want to see how big this shirt is now? Look at this. You pop a couple buttons. Look what you do. Put a donut right in your shirt. What are you doing, Tony? I don't know. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything. And you look around, and then when nobody's looking, you just pull the donut out of your shirt. Take a little bite. Does it look weird? Yeah. Did I unbutton my shirt on television? I got an undershirt on. It's not just a bunch of chest hair. Hate to break it to you, Ryan. All right. Fuel Saver Flyer. I did email you this. Started yesterday. Another opportunity for you to save when you walk in the store. I hate talking with food in my mouth. It is the most rude thing ever. So let's show you this. Ryan Broderson told me he's going to do the math, and we'll tell you how much you're going to save on this entire Fuel Saver. So, Ryan, let's zoom out. You've got 5 cents from wine and spirits. You've got 10 cents from the meat department, 5 cents on Hy-Vee sliced cheese. So right there is 20 cents. How about 25 cents on a dessert pizza? So we're at 45 cents. 15 cents on that garlic foil bread. We're at 60 cents. 10 cents when you buy 3 egg rolls or 3 crab rangoon. We're at 70 cents. How about 5 cents on the Hy-Vee chocolate milk? We're at 75 cents already on just the first side of that flyer. Give me the second side, Mr. Broderson. Here's another 10 cents at wine and spirits. Now we're at 85 cents off per gallon. How about a Chinese one entree meal that's going to save you 15 cents off? Guess what, folks? We just hit $1. You get something from Lawn and Garden, there's $1.03 off per gallon on your Fuel Saver. Little yogurt parfait, or parfait, as Cody would say, parfait. There's $1.06. 10 cents off on the donut puffs is $1.16. Another 10 cent on that good-looking tray right there is $1.26, and 15 cents off on nori sushi. Holy math, Batman! On that flyer, this is right. You can check my math. On that flyer, if you bought everything, you would save $1.41 off per gallon. $1.41 off per gallon. But you're smarter than that. You're going to take that flyer, you're going to buy all of that, then you're going to go to the seafood flyer, then you're going to realize that today is Mega Meat Thursday, and for every $25 you spend on meat, seafood, or deli, you're going to get an additional 15 cents. Holy moly, you might not have to pay for gas. It's great. Back to my notes. And then tonight, you're not going to cook, because we're going to cook for you. It's Thursday night. We got dinner planned, baby. We got everything. We're ready. Look at this. May 16th, thick cut 8-ounce boneless pork chop, baked potato, baked potato, choice of vegetable, $8. That's a good deal. Brian Broderson has $8 in change in his car right now. He's going to turn it into a pork chop, and then he's going to put a donut in his shirt for dessert. Next week, we've got ribs, and then the following week, we've got steak. Let them eat steak, and I know you will. It's just marvelous. And shout out to Chelsea and Julie and Maria and Rita and everybody that's watching on social media. Sorry, my wife is texting me about checking my email. And then I'll just mention the Salvation Army fundraiser. I'm going to go out of order. We talked about that this morning with Fatberg Camper, TB Mentalism. He'll be there tomorrow night, Geneva Golf and Country Club. Salvation Army annual fundraiser dinner / Kids Zone fundraiser, helping out the kids camp. Be there. See Fatberg Camper, TB Mentalism tomorrow night. Get your tickets, $50. Plenty of seats available, trust me. Call the Salvation Army, 563-263-8272. Silent auction as well. It'll be fun. Don't miss it. And I want to say thank you again to Mr. Fatberg Camper, a.k.a. TB Mentalism, for taking the time to be on the show this morning. You can see him tomorrow. He's working on a big show in Muscatine during October with David Casas. Looking forward to that. And we appreciate his time. Also, check out the Hut podcast. Beer. I will save $2 on this because I'll get 2 things from the meat department. It's a great deal. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Thank you to the community of Muscatine for showing up last night and supporting the class of 2019. It happened also, I believe, in Wilton with seniors getting recognized, and it happened in Louisa Muscatine Community Schools. Hy-Vee, happy to present Maddie Mashik, a senior at L&M, with a scholarship from the Hy-Vee Foundation for $1,000. It's a great time of the year, that is for sure. Shout out to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota of Muscatine, and team staffing. Thank you for watching this show. We'll be on cable, as we always are, 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. If you're watching us on cable, thank you. Stay tuned for some open houses and some houses for sale with RE/MAX and the RE/MAX professionals. I have said enough. We've got a whole plate of donuts to take care of, and I got to finish my coffee. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Email me those guest suggestions. We're booking out. Next week, totally booked up. Like double booked almost every day. 2 guests. Week after that, filling up. So bring those guests to me. I want to talk to y'all. Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. That's it. Goodbye, everybody. Cheers.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet. We're hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton.
Yeah,
this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.